It's a Saturday morning in 1982. The smell of bacon fills the air, and sunlight dances across a checkered oilcloth tablecloth. The gentle gurgle of a coffee percolator sets the rhythm of the day. This kitchen was the heartbeat of the Canadian home. But if you were to walk into that kitchen today, you'd find that some of its most familiar features are simply gone. Let's remember the small, forgotten details that define the kitchens of our childhood. Number 1. The wall-mounted rotary phone. Before the cell phone, before the landline even had a place on a desk, it was here. Bolted to the wall, a symbol of communication and gossip. The cord stretched to its breaking point as you whispered to your best friend, got tangled in your mother's apron, or hung precariously over the stove. Turning that heavy dial with your finger, the satisfying whir as it spun back into place. It was a ritual. You remember this if you ever had to yell, "I'm on the phone!" from the kitchen, or if you ever got your fingers stuck trying to dial a 1-800 number. Number 2. The built-in bread box. A little secret cupboard, often tucked beside the counter, designed to keep a loaf of Wonder Bread soft and fresh. It was where you'd find the half-eaten bag of hot dog buns, or a box of glazed donuts you weren't supposed to touch. In a world of plastic bread bags, these little built-in cubbies were a nod to a time when preserving freshness was an art. It's a memory wrapped in the soft, slightly squishy texture of white bread. Number 3. The Milkshoot. This was pure Canadian ingenuity. A tiny door, often a little metal flap, connected the outside to the kitchen wall. Every morning, the milkman would leave your glass bottles of milk right there. It was like a little secret passage just for dairy. The simple genius idea of getting your milk without opening the front door on a frigid winter morning, that's something that feels so distant now. You remember this if you ever saw the little rectangular imprint on the outside of your house, or heard the clink of glass bottles early in the morning. Number 4. The avocado-green and harvest gold appliances. These weren't just appliances, they were a statement. In the 70s and 80s, your kitchen had to be one of two colors, avocado green or its sunny sibling, harvest gold. These weren't just choices, they were trends and they were everywhere. Fridges hummed with a specific friendly thrum, and stoves had that distinctive plastic smell when you turned the oven on. They were the color of family dinners and burnt casserole. Number 5. The pull-down flour sifter. Tucked neatly under a cabinet, this wasn't a standalone gadget. It was a permanent fixture, an unspoken promise of baking. A little metal scoop was the only invitation you needed. With a few pumps of the handle, it would rain down a perfect shower of sifted flour. A simple but elegant piece of machinery, ready for a pie crust or a birthday cake. It just felt permanent. Number 6. The ceramic butter keeper. It was a small, elegant piece of crockery that sat on the counter, often filled with a bit of water at the bottom to create a seal. It kept your butter perfectly soft, spreadable, and ready for toast without any refrigeration. This wasn't just about utility, it was about the simple pleasure of not having to tear your bread with cold, hard butter. A small daily luxury that has almost entirely vanished. Number 7. The wood-burning cook stove. Before electric or gas was everywhere, many homes, especially in rural Canada, relied on these iron workhorses. They heated the kitchen in winter, boiled water, and cooked meals all at once. The smell of wood smoke, the warmth radiating from the cast iron, and the specific way a pot of chili tasted after simmering on it all day. That's a memory that runs deep in our collective Canadian past. Number 8. Decorative plate rails. These weren't for everyday dishes. They were for the good stuff, the fancy china, the souvenirs from trips, the commemorative plates from a royal wedding. They were a simple way to add personality and a bit of fancy flair to a practical room. These rails were a quiet gallery of family memories, and they gave a kitchen its specific character in a way a plain wall just can't. Number 9. The manual coffee percolator. The electric coffee maker is fast, but it can't make this sound. The rhythmic, almost hypnotic burble of the water as it percolated through the grounds was the soundtrack to 1,000 mornings. The smell of the brewing coffee was a signal that the day was beginning. You had to time it just right to avoid bitterness, but the resulting cup felt earned. It was a sensory experience that's almost completely silent today. Number 10. The patterned oilcloth table cover. More than a tablecloth, this was the shield of the kitchen table. It was tough, wipeable, and waterproof. It was the first layer on which you did your homework, played a game of cards, or watched your mother shell peas. Its bright, often cheerful patterns brought color and life into the room, and it protected the wood underneath from 1,000 spills. These weren't just gadgets or design choices. They were the silent witnesses to our lives. The rotary phone was there for your first crush. The oilcloth tablecloth soaked up the tears of a bad report card. The humming fridge held the birthday cake you couldn't wait to eat. Today, our kitchens are sleek and silent, full of stainless steel and smart devices that talk to us. And while they're amazing in their own way, there's a part of us that misses the warmth, the hum, and the friendly imperfections of those old Canadian kitchens. We miss the things that made them feel not just efficient, but like home.